Because this shit real. There's a problem in the Ummah. And one of the problems that we're suffering from is fornication. Muslim men, Muslim women, we're all having sex with non-believers. The reason why we're having sex with non-believers is because the Muslims are making it hard for us to marry. That's one reason. And the other reason is Muslims are on their way to hellfire because they're not trying to please Allah. Case in point, ask your girlfriend, just for the Muslims who are married to non-Muslim women and Muslims who are out here dating. Why are you dating this woman? Oh, because subhanAllah, I can't really get married because I don't have no money. Well, how are you and this non-believing woman making it? I'm quite sure you two are eating every day. You're probably living together. Or you're living apart, but you're making it. Anyhow, you're finding ways to communicate and do haram. Correct. Yes, you are. So, why can't you find a way to connect and do the same thing, but make it halal? By getting you one of these sisters and marrying this sister. Don't say, oh, she's stuck. She's not stuck up. She has pride in herself because she knows her value. And you should know it too if you get a chance to get to know her. Instead of just saying, what can I get out of this woman? Sex is so basic. You know what I'm saying? And it's just basic. It's just something that comes along with a person and liking a person. So, but all we need to do is do things feasibility. There's a Muslim sister out there. There's plenty of them out there, and we're leaving to these non-believing men, and they're just running through them. And we're letting them get ran through because we're not taking them serious. We're not dating them. We're not marrying them, and we're making excuses why we're not marrying them.
And when you say marriage, brother, you're not referring to the complicated marriage that some of these brothers be putting out there, like, you know, the whole banquet and the high prices and stuff like that. You're not referring to that type of marriage, are you?
Listen, Allah Ta'ala made it very clear. Marriage is easy. You get two witnesses from amongst yourself, one from her and one from him, and you have somebody marry you, and Allah is your witness. Simple math. He said, give her what she asks you for. And she can turn down a gift. She don't have to accept nothing if that's not what she wants. If you stand in front of Allah, just know that Allah is going to bring that up on you on the day of judgment. So take it serious. As far as like traditions go, oh, you got to do this and you got to have this and you need to pay a bride price. Separate tradition of your culture from Quran and Sunnah. Allah said, give her a gift. That's what you got to give her. Don't think you got to be rich. Was Prophet Muhammad rich? How many wives did he have? Did he buy them all a house? Of course he did it. He didn't have no money. How did he do all this? What about Moses? Did Moses buy his wife a house? He lived with his wife.
Well, his wife Khadijah had her own.
And on top of that, that's right. Prophet Muhammad's wife took care of him.
Now, some people say, well, brother, that's an excuse some brothers will use for, you know, for a brother not to live up to responsibilities. And I think, you know, well, the main problem is they don't understand there's a lot of these sisters' daughter or these brothers' daughters is out there in them streets already. They're out there committing fornication, like you said. So if we go back to the basic understanding of marriage, you know, and marry these sisters that are out there, you know, brothers are out there, you know, in the dunya too, you know. So if we go the halal route, that saves us from actually going to another form of haram, you know, because nobody's out here perfect, you know. No one's out here perfect. All of us are on some level of the deen, you know, some level of the deen. Some of us more so than others. But marriage is a very, 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 very big, important part of, you know, making sure you extinguish a lot of these sexual desires that you have. So it's not just about money, from my understanding.
It's nothing about money, man. This is the gift from Allah. Allah didn't tell Adam when he made Adam to give Hawa some money. Did he give Eve a bunch of money? He said, oh, Adam, I'm going to make Eve for you, but you got to cash her out. That was not part of the plan. He made Eve so Adam wouldn't be lonely. We have a life to live. And any human being doesn't want to live that life alone. And we don't have to live that life alone because God, through his mercy, gave us a way out. He didn't make it hard. We're making it hard on ourselves, putting all these complications on ourselves. So what? Every excuse that a person will make up as to why he's not doing what he's supposed to do is just a shaitan in his ear, and he's falling for it because it's more convenient for him. You say, oh, I don't want to marry this sister, but you got a girlfriend. It's the same thing. Because we don't need to go to the court to get married. We need to go get some witnesses, and give her what she asked for. She might not even ask for nothing.
Right.
Did your girlfriend ask for something when you said you want to be my girlfriend? She said no. She just said yeah, and now you're doing a lot. You're doing her wrong.
Right.
Now you're sleeping with her. You moving. You're doing everything that you could have did halal. You're just doing. You're doing it for the devil. So what are you wasting your time for?
Right.
Other than that, you know what I'm saying?
And I mean, there's other there's even other hadiths that talk about that there was once a poor man, the Prophet ﷺ had married that poor man to the sister, and his dowry was to give recitation of the Quran. That was actually his dowry. So what happens is people are picking and choosing the hadith that they want to go by. You know, and saying, well, you have to give an expensive dowry, or you have to do this and this and that. And they don't understand that, you know, certain situations come up, demand certain other situations or solutions to that problem. Like right here in, you know, in the United States, we have a big problem. You know, especially those of us that come up in the culture, those who come up in the streets. You know, there's plenty of Muslims and plenty of Muslims in the streets. You know, so what's the solution there? Well, some of us don't got access to a lot of money, or, you know, some of us quit hustling. You know, some of us got it right, got ourselves right. We stopped hustling, and so we looking at it. Some people say, well, brother, you know, other hadiths say to fast until, you know what I'm saying, you can find it. Yeah, that's one of the things a person can do. But me personally, you know, at one point in time, fasting, you know, heightened my sexuality. You know what I'm saying? It made me have more desires, you know. So sometimes fasting don't extinguish the desires, especially if the desires are back to back, you know. So I mean, you know, we have to look at it on this issue on different levels, because the fact of the matter is this: there may be people who are well-to-do in a society that's capitalistic, but there are some people that are not well-to-do. So marriage is still there as a solution that the Prophet gave.
Man.
So it has to be utilized. You can't just let the shaitan come say, oh, in this situation, you don't have a lot of money, so you can't afford a wife.
That's when you simply go back to the prophets. Go tell me a prophet that was rich.
Right.
Please go and hurry up and find them for me. I'll tell you who was rich. Solomon was rich.
Yep.
Who else was rich? Yusuf was rich. Yusuf never got married. Who else had some money that was a prophet? Oh, Job had money until Allah took it from him.
Yeah, Yusuf eventually got married later, but I don't remember an expensive dowry though.
Nah, even so, I'm using
actually
this
the woman was given to him as a marriage.
Yeah, I'm using this as a point of explanation. You know what I'm saying? If money is your problem, please go and tell that to all the poor prophets, because they always poor.
That's right. You're
go
right
and tell
about
them that, hey, yo, man, you poor, bro. You can't have a wife.
Right.
And also, go ask the woman if money is what she wants from you.
Right.
She might not want no money from you.
Specific money, right? She might
just need a companion. She
a loyal brother.
Her own money.
A loyal brother who's dedicated.
America. This ain't a country where men are. This is America. Your girl might have a job that's better than yours.
True that.
She probably do if you're in Washington. That's keeping it real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shit, you go if you broke, go get you a sister with some money.
People not gonna like that. So these is gonna be like, no, bro, you did not say that.
Hey, subhanAllah, she might want a brother she could take care of. She might want a little teddy bear. Let me get this brother on. SubhanAllah, that's my dude right here. Yeah, I gave him that car. What I'm supposed to do? I'm spending it on myself.
And you know what?
Some people don't. Money ain't
Here's the fact of the matter.
Man.
There are some bad brothers out there, but there's some good brothers out there who are loyal to a sister who treat them right. You know, I mean, massage your feet, massage your thighs, you know what I'm saying, massage your back, you know what I'm saying, make something, cook something for you, you know, keep the house clean. I mean, that's a lot of wealth in itself, because there's a lot of men out there that's not going to do that. There's a lot of men out here that don't do that. Man, they abuse it to their wives, they beat on their wives, you know what I'm saying, they're just tyrants to their wives. And we was talking about this before even this camera came on, how some of these brothers are so tyrannical that brothers need to step up and start putting hands on these brothers.
If I see a brother hitting a Muslim sister for the simple fact that she make a wudu and pray to Allah, I'm going to smash you out. Well, I don't care if that's your wife, if that's your sister.
Straight up.
If I perceive some violence towards this woman because you're overpowering her, I'm going to get in your and it's going to be a hard time getting me off of you. I don't care who you are.
Right.
Trust me when I say it doesn't matter.
It's injustice. I mean, I tell you, okay, some of these sisters are so... you know, not so good, brother. I mean, you know, they serve a brother, they give a brother, and this brothers just treat them so bad, brother.
The sisters during his time.
Yeah.
A sister was violated by a Jew. He sent 200 soldiers. They was finna mow them all down. one
Now,
sister.
What if a person says, well, brother, that's because he was a Jew?
No,
What'd you
it
say
wasn't
to that?
because he was a Jew, because she was trying to worship Allah with her hijab on, and they wanted to pull it off of her.
Right.
In fact, Allah's probably very mad at us for the fact that we let our sisters go through what they're going through, and we're the ones that's oppressing them on top of that.
That's
In
right.
fact, if you wonder why the Muslims are in the condition that they're in, being oppressed, ask them, are you oppressing your woman because you have power over her? Then don't get mad because Allah put these disbelievers over us. Simple math.
And on top of that, to add to that, okay, for the simple fact they are oppressing her because they look at her as if they own her. And the reason why they look at her as if she's owned is because they have money. Money is the factor. I got the money, I'm taking care of her. She need to just, you know, however I decide to do her, that's how I do her.
Y'all sisters better start telling y'all brothers and y'all cousins on y'all husbands. For real. All that accepting that abuse, he won't do that to another man. And if you got any respect amongst your family members and they care about you, they go do something about that. And if you get rid of that, brother, don't worry, because if you make a dua to Allah, Allah will give you something better. Don't give up on Allah.
That's right.
For real.
Allah
Some of these brothers are munafiqs anyway, over here abusing their sisters because they can't. Oh, she ain't got no brothers. Who gonna defend her? Allah's gonna defend her, and he might put me in your path.